All right, guys, welcome back to Dominion Domination, Mesopotamia from start to finish. So, as you can see, I'm wrapping up my war here, and I'm going to be starting to position for my attack into Baghdad. Um, really disappointed that this noob keeps on attacking me, and not only that, but with like a lot of stuff. So look at this. He's got three double tiles. That's it. That's all he's got resource wise. Um, I have seven double tiles and one quadruple tile oil. That's what that center oil field is. It's basically a double double. And so you've seen the development that I've had so far. I've pretty much gone as fast as I more or less can. And I'm building up to a level 3 factory over here. And back here I have fully maxed out facilities. Okay, so first thing he does is he builds harbors at single every single one of these has a harbor. And now airfields. Everything. Every tile has an airfield and a harbor. And some kind of factory. So probably level 4 factory. I don't know. I mean, this is a 12-year-old kid with his dad's credit card is what this is feeling like. He came at me early with a cruiser and then a cruiser with 50 guys, and I easily dispatched them with my cannon because I outranged them. Then he came in with a battleship. Now, keep in mind, a battleship requires a level 3 factory and a harbor. So one or all of these harbor factories are level 3. So just think about how insane that is. Like, yeah, I've even got a couple level 3, level 4 factories, and I've built some since the very beginning, but they're not harbor territories, right? You know, that would have meant my first harbor over here, I would have had to then build up to a level 3 factory here. It's just very weird. And so I get up on land here, getting ready, because I'm like, I'm done. So so the first time he attacked me with cruisers, I repelled him, killed everything, and then said, hey, let's go back to peace. We don't want to be warring in this game mode. So he went back to peace. Then he comes at me with a battleship, thinking, I got a battleship now. And of course, I run in with like 3 cannon and 40 guys and just wipe out the battleship because it's just the battleship. He's alone. You know, there's no support stuff. It's not a real amphibious landing. So then I tell him again, I'm like, let's go back to peace. Come on. And this time he won't. He won't go back to peace. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to have to take these territories, I guess. You know, all these weird factory territories. It's like, look how many factories. He's got 8 factories back here. I've got 3 in my back country because it doesn't, let's count as factories. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 factories. He's got 15 factories. Okay, for perspective, I have 8. I have 10 because of my 2 support factories here. And I've been able to keep them all busy, by the way. I sometimes don't use these 2 extra factories. I've done this attack a couple times now. And I'm doing it in a couple other games right now. I was lucky enough to spawn in a different corner. In this other game, I'm Italy or something, but I spawned, we can see what it is right now. I spawned down here. Oh, I'm Persia. That's right, I'm Persia. So I'm doing the same thing, and I went ahead and built those 2 support factories outside of the core. And what I call the core is, of course, the garrison oil island here. Because it just helped me to have enough material to attack in. So I haven't regretted it yet. I've been keeping everything, churning out the material. Down here, I've got my tanks coming, but I'm really feeling like I'm going to have to get planes soon. It's early in the game for planes, but this guy is definitely gold mark spamming him. And look at this. Who has rail guns on day, what is this, 20 or day 33? So it's, it's not deep into the game. It's not even really middle game yet in terms of this mode. But I mean, look at this. Where is he getting all that material? You know, he just doesn't have the double material tiles to be getting these resources. It's got to be Goldmark spamming. So it's like a guy who doesn't know how to play. I keep on defeating more powerful units. Like if he knew how to use his battleship, he could have held it back and just wiped out my cannon forever. But he ran it in, and of course I ran in with my cannon with lots of infantry to protect them, as meat shields, and then took him out. And I think at this point he's just enraged. He's just butthurt, rage, attacking, and that's not good. We've talked about this. This is exactly the situation I was hoping to avoid by going straight to the island. Here he is spending a lot of money. He could have been marching towards his local oil field, and from there went ahead and challenged another local oil field over here, which has still not been taken by anybody, or gone for Baghdad. Lots of options at this point. But no, instead I'm wasting all this material, like all this stuff. All of it should be going. There's several tanks. Let's just see the material I'm wasting on this attack. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. All this stuff should be marching towards Baghdad. So let's see what this noob is costing me in terms of material. 133 infantry, 19 cannon, and 5 tanks should be marching towards Baghdad. So what I'm hoping for here is, the only thing I can hope for is an overwhelming victory here, which I have absolutely no confidence in that at all, seeing that he's Goldmark spamming factories all over the place, and he's probably Goldmark spamming units in all of them, probably more railguns on the way. But what I hope I can do is defeat him back with minimal loss to the point where he gives up, gives it over to the AI. Once he gives it over to the AI, I'll go ahead and retreat back over the canal and just set up some, you can get some pretty decent guards going here, being that they have to climb out of the water, right? And as long as the AI isn't building fucking Goldmark battleships, I should be okay. And of course, the AI doesn't cheat like that. So not that it's cheating. It's part of the game. I get it. But, learn how to play. That's what I'd say. Save yourself some money. Learn how to play. Come on over to my channel. Like we learn a lot. And I'm learning every day as well. So, but I can already tell after having looked deeper into this, my absolute next priority is going to have to be heavy air. And I'm already kind of regretting these tanks, but they're already, I think probably like 12 hours into their build. So I'm not going to lose that build time and money. But absolutely the next thing that gets built in here, I'm going to have to build my air up in here. I've already got my air built in here. I've been anticipating a transition to air. In fact, I probably already would have had that transition to air going strong, but except for having to sort of wheel around and deal with this absolute buffoonery. So, and then here's the final straw is this guy, this railgun should be holding back and raining down death on me. In fact, he should be waiting back behind this fort and just with impunity raining down hellfire on me out of range of my cannons, so far enough back, and just being, but he's not. He's running forward. He's going to run his railgun into my mob. And my mob gets out of the water in 30 minutes. And as soon as I get out of the water, he's going to be in range of my cannon. So they're going to start firing immediately in 30 minutes. I mean, it's just like, what? It hurts. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and run these guys forward, these 19, since they're getting out of the water in 30 minutes. I might as well run him forward in case he comes to his senses and stops that. Oh, so it is true. Let's look at the speed on the rails. Railguns are really slow. They're 13 kilometers on their own railways, right? So keeping in mind that I'm 36, but divided by 3, right? I'm only 1/3 speed. So my infantry will be going 12. So if he turns around and runs away, he can effectively run away, right? I'm not going to be able to come at him. And so that is my biggest fear right now, is if he comes to his senses and turns around, his railguns can just outrun me 13 kilometers per hour to my 12 kilometers per hour because I'm on enemy territory. So we'll see what happens. I think no matter what, I'm going to get to lob a few rounds of ordnance in him. I guess 4 cannon will get to attack. Even if he turns around right now, I'll be out of the water throwing shells at him. But look at that. It's just, I mean, guys, this is what I was trying to avoid. Honestly, like I guess I need to send scouts out to kind of watch the shores. He probably has railguns coming out on every frontier here. Oh my gosh. It's funny when I was playing Clash of Clans a lot. Every once in a while, my clan would get some guy with like Prince Jahib or something like that, and what I imagined is that he was some kind of like really wealthy guy from UAE or maybe from some oil-rich country in the Middle East or something, because they would always just spend tons. They would always have like huge units, like massive, the kind of stuff that you can buy if you've got the money. And so I kind of imagine this being a similar sort of thing, I guess. But Dad needs to take that credit card away and give him the address to Supremacy 1914 Universe so he can come and learn how to play and save some dollars. All right, I'm sorry about talking your ear off. This guy, it's like this is exactly what I was trying to protect against. So he wants to come over with this railgun and shell in from across the way, shell in on me. But sorry, man. I'd already made up my mind not to turn my back on him again. I was going to do that. I was going to just turn my back on him and stock up my frontier stuff here. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I ran this stuff across, because I'm now a half hour away from just destroying this very expensive piece of machinery. So that's what's going down, guys. Thanks for checking in to Dominion Domination. I mean, still, I'm lucky, overall lucky, because all of the local oil fields, all of them are still the garrisons. All of them. It's insane. So I am getting delayed by Captain Doofus over here, but at the same time, there's no real urgency. I do notice that Morocco's coming in here, but Morocco hasn't taken anything. He doesn't have a lot of resources. He doesn't have a lot of material in terms of territories. So I do not see him making a serious bid into Baghdad. And if he does, all he'll do is knock it down for me. Looks like he's already been at war with Japan, which is not good. Obviously, you don't want to be at war with anyone except for the garrisons, but all right. Thanks for checking in, guys. I will keep you posted. Keep on checking back, and I will keep on making vids. Adios, amigos.